Hello everyone, welcome to another session of learning. So we are going through the child development pedagogy concepts or the CTET or TNTET or any state teacher eligibility test exams. In that we are going through the socialization process, and this is the fourth part of this, wherein we are going to learn about an important theory called the Bronfenbrenner's ecological systems theory. So now getting into this theory, so this Bronfenbrenner's ecological system theory is a very important theory which was given by an American psychologist called Bronfenbrenner. Okay, so what he decided was he just went through the previous theories and said that that was not sufficient enough to explain about the child development, because there is a lot more with the society, with the ecological system entirely. Okay, so wherein he is said that socialization is a process wherein a child develops within interconnected environmental layers, from the immediate family to a broader culture, or through a period of time everything might change. Okay, so everything has to be considered. So with that, he has brought about five systems here, or you can say that there are five components. So there are five components under this: the microsystem, mesosystem, exosystem, macro, and the chronosystem. I told you microsystem talks about the immediate environment, and the macrosystem will talk about the social values and all, and finally it changes over time. Okay, so with all these things interconnected only, you can discuss the child development. So thus we are going to discuss about all these individual systems in detail one by one. So let's get into the first one called the microsystem. Okay, so when you talk about the microsystem involves the immediate environment in which a child is going to interact: the family, neighborhood, school, peers, child care, and all. Okay, so you can see that there is direct interactions. Okay, the child has direct interactions on regular basis. The child is going to interact regularly with that particular environment, wherein the fundamental development of the child is going to be shaped. Next is the mesosystem. When you talk about the mesosystem is nothing but the interconnection between all the microsystems. Okay, when you have the family, the peers, the school, and all, everything, when it is going to be interconnected, there you can say that there is going to be the development. So here you can see the connections between microsystems, like a parent and a teacher relationship, how the parent and the teacher interact. When they interact, there is a change in the development of the child. Okay, so all these things are also are going to have a significant impact on the child's development. The next one is the ecosystem. When you talk about ecosystem, you're talking about certain situations where it indirectly helps or impacts the development of the child. There is an indirect impact here, wherein that a parent is going to be stressful. Okay, the parent is stressed in the workplace. Obviously, that will have an impact on the child's development. Okay, likewise, if there is going to be some other problem somewhere else, okay, some societal problems is going to happen, then that has an impact. Okay, some government policies are there, something is there, so that when it is going to have an impact on the child indirectly, then that is called as the exosystem. So this exosystem, whatever is there, whatever is available there, that will have an impact on both the micro and the mesosystem in which a child is going to be living. Next is the macro system. When you look into the macro system, the child's overall culture, so all these are going to be there. Okay, so macro system, you can see everything: the culture there, the media, the societal class, and the law, which is going to play a major role. All this is going to shape the child's beliefs, their values, their traditions, their culture, and everything. Okay, so when there, the child will be able to understand his or her own identity. Okay, the child will be able to find out his or her own identity, and the child will be able to find out what is their position in the system, in the ecological system. That is going to be a major contribution of the macro system in a child's development through the socialization process. The last one is called the chronosystem. When you talk about the chronosystem is something wherein it entirely changes the lifestyle of the child or the pattern in which the child has been living all these things. Okay, there is some problem which occurs suddenly. The best example I would say is the COVID which came. Okay, so when we had this COVID situation, what happened? All the classes which are always considered offline, wherein there was not much concept about the online classes, it all had to go through a major shift to something called as through the online system. Okay, wherein everybody was comfortable doing offline, they had to like compulsorily convert their lifestyle, okay, through towards the online system, and so many other changes happened because that there was an entire transition in their life due to some socio-historical events or due to some personal changes, some technological advancements. See, after technological advancements came, what happened? The cash transactions have reduced. So obviously now everybody is forced towards the digital transactions. The digital media has taken over. So all these things are being done. So this kind of socialization, when it happens, the role of that is going to be because of the chrono system, which is the highest order of the ecological systems given by Bronfenbrenners. Okay, so this is all wherein he says that these layers, with all these layers, he is coming to say that all these have an interplay between the individual, multiple, and all the environments. It is not just going to be between a parent and a child, but between many other factors also. So, with this, we are completing with the Bronfenner's ecological systems. Uh, we'll see you again in yet another session of learning with another concept. Thank you, everyone.